Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the most technically demanding or tongue-twisting songs to ever hit the Broadway stage.
So this is what it feels like to match with someone at your level. What the hell is the catch? It's the feeling of freedom of seeing the light. It's Ben Franklin with a key and a kite. You see it right.
Number 30, The Speed Test, Thoroughly Modern Millie.
How's my speed, Miss Stillmount?
A little slow, perhaps.
Enclosed you'll find a small container of the stuff I talk about.
Patter's songs are fewer and farther between since the days of Gilbert and Sullivan. More on them later. But this lightning speed tune from Thoroughly Modern Millie, which sees a 1920s flapper taking a job as a stenographer, is a complicated tongue twister. Rather than just tell us how fast Millie can take dictation, the song demonstrates her abilities in real time.
Which is why I choose to write to you a confidential letter full of strong recommendation that you make your Forex better. I just hope it won't require us to hire glory laden. If it does, you may expect a bill. Sincerely, Trevor Graydon.
As her potential employer's sentences become faster and faster, and the rushed lyrics begin collapsing into themselves, the entire ensemble has to follow suit. It's a feat of cooperation and synchronization few modern musical scores demand.
Unless you can convince me you've improved the Forex matter, we will take our business elsewhere. So I hope you solve this matter.
Number 29, I Read, Passion.
I do not read to search for truth. I know the truth. The truth is hardly what I need.
In this Stephen Sondheim musical, Fosca, a chronically ill woman tortured by her love for a soldier, finds comfort in the world she can only access through her books. I Read is a song that demands a lot of emotional shifts.
I recognize the limits of my dreams. I know how painful dreams can be unless you know they're merely dreams.
It goes off on tangents about the gentle beauty of flowers, butterflies, and her own pain.
The butterfly that stays too long and drinks too deep is doomed to die. I read to fly.
More than a feat of vocal ability, I Read is a trick of acting acrobatics. The actor playing Fosca has to have the power and technical ability while still conveying the character's weakness and mental anguish.
I like to take excursions there when I'm in better health. Perhaps you'll join me and my cousin one day.
Number 28, Flowers, Hadestown.
What I wanted was to fall asleep, close my eyes and disappear.
A modern reinterpretation of the myth of Orpheus and Eurydice, this Tony Award-winning musical is a tragedy of epic proportions. Flowers is sung at the top of Act 2.
Dreams are sweet until they're not. Men are kind until they aren't.
It finds Eurydice entering Hadestown, an industrial reimagining of the underworld. Her song becomes more like a plea, increasingly lethargic and hopeless as she begins to lose her memory of the world above.
I remember fields of flowers soft beneath my heels.
The great thing about the song is that, while it demands extreme emotion, a performer can choose what to play. Is it rage? Is it panic? Is it grief? Interpreters of the song have found many different angles to Eurydice's journey, and they're all profoundly devastating in their own ways.
If you ever walk this way, come and find me lying in the bed I made.
Number 27, World Burn, Mean Girls.
Hey Katie, how you like me now? I wanna watch the world burn.
Regina George's big revenge number is a juggernaut of a song. This is a character who knows she's just lit the fuse on her high school's entire social hierarchy that she once reigned supreme over.
Because you took me down, but you didn't finish me off.
Regina's not a role you can get by on with great acting and mediocre vocals. Range is the key word here. World Burn is a slow burn. It starts at a sultry coo and ends in a defiant belt. The actress playing Regina needs to clear several vocal hurdles. The most notable feature of the song is its relentless series of face-melting riffs. Number 26, The Impossible Dream, Man of La Mancha.
To dream the impossible dream.
Given how famous it became after the show premiered, you'd think the show tune from the classic era would be a lot easier to sing. If done well, The Impossible Dream is a powerful statement piece, but the song is deceptively hard.
To reach the unreachable star, this is my quest, to follow that star.
There's a lot of weight to its lyrics, and the performer has to be able to pull that off, first and foremost. It requires gravitas. Its series of high notes of increasing pitch, power, and duration makes the singer have to dig deeper with each new chorus. Frequent shifts in the tempo and cadence of the lyrics also keeps you on your toes.
To reach the unreachable.
Number 25, Soliloquy, Carousel.
I wonder what he'll think of me. I guess he'll call me the old man.
A carnival barker who loses his job and struggles to find work has just found out he's going to be a father. Needless to say, he's got a lot to think about. Clocking in at just under 8 minutes, Billy Bigelow's solo from this Rodgers and Hammerstein classic is a marathon, not a race.
Like a tree he'll grow with his head held high and his feet planted firm on the ground.
Soliloquy's length, depth of narrative, and extensive emotion has seen it likened to an aria rather than a traditional musical theater song.
My little girl is half again as bright as girls are meant to be.
Billy is a classic baritone role. However, the song sits exceptionally high in a baritone's register. The actor has to stretch his range, just as Billy has to stretch himself to be a provider.
I'll go out and make it, or steal it, or take it, or die.
Number 24, Octet, The Light in the Piazza. Set in Florence, Italy, this musical about an American woman abroad with her daughter finds the beauty in love and regret. In this extended number, not only are the words coming at you fast and furious, but many of those lyrics are in Latin. The singing of the entire ensemble is weaved and layered so delicately that any deviation from the lyrics or music will stand out. But the actress playing Clara is given the most demanding parts. Along with the Latin, she has to keep technique while selling an entire breakdown at breakneck speed.
Don't you have a house? Where are your babies? There's a way to behave, there's a nice way to behave. It's what nice people do, and that's how it should be.
Number 23, Kiss Me, Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber of Fleet Street.
If he should marry me Monday, what will I do? I'll die of grief. 'Tis Friday, virtually Sunday. What can we do with time so brief? Behind the curtain, quick!
Joanna is an underappreciated role. She spends most of the show in a state of traumatized panic. This duet with her lover, Anthony, is paced perfectly on the page. As the two reaffirm their feelings for each other and work through some apprehension, they make plans to run away and marry.
Tonight I'll steal Joanna. I'll steal.
The performer playing Joanna has to make dramatic shifts emotionally to pull off all of her colliding trains of thought. It requires incredible musical timing, not to mention some excellent comedic chops.
I knew I'd be with you one day, even not knowing who you were.
Miss, marry me, marry me Monday. Favor me with your hand. Miss, marry me, please, marry me Monday.
Kiss me.
Beyond keeping in time with the fast pace, there's lots that can be done physically in the body, too. Number 22, The Ballad of Jane Doe, Ride the Cyclone.
Some might say we're released, hushing daisies deceased, but we all know the worms must be fed.
Although it hasn't technically hit Broadway yet, this concept musical has earned legions of fans for its innovative concept and haunting music. The Ballad of Jane Doe is a prime example of why it hits so hard. Sung by the spirit of an unidentified victim of a roller coaster disaster, the song is a technically slippery piece of music.
A melody floats through the air. When silence falls, does no one care?
Jane's performer has to climb a Mount Everest of high notes. Then she has to switch modes and conquer the second half, which is a bit more jazz-inspired.
And I'm asking why, Lord, if this is how I die, Lord.
The result is a chilling and depressing tribute to a girl with no past. Number 21, You Got Trouble, The Music Man.
Did you ever take and try and give an ironclad leave to yourself from a 3-rail billiard shot? But just as I say it takes judgment, brains, and maturity to score in a balk-line game, I say that any boob can take and shelve a ball in a pocket.
Alleged professor and full-fledged scammer Harold Hill comes to the town of River City, Iowa with a dream. And that dream is to bilk the citizens out of their hard-earned money. You Got Trouble finds Hill rhapsodizing about the evils of moral turpitude found in pool halls. He whips the citizens into a frenzy of misplaced moral panic.
And all week long, your River City youth will be frittering away. I say your young men will be frittering away their noontime, suppertime, shore time too. Get the ball in the pocket. Never mind getting dandelions pulled to the screen door patched to the beefsteak pounded.
As slippery as the character who sings it, this song requires a singer to have crisp diction and a lot of breath control. To shove all those words into short phrases and still be understood is a special kind of magic that only comes with good training and a lot of talent.
That game with the 15 numbered balls is a devil's tool. Oh, yes, we got trouble, trouble, trouble.
Number 20, Climb Every Mountain, The Sound of Music.
Climb every mountain, search high and low.
What's the one thing every musical needs? An inspirational tune to get you through the hard times. And for extra points, make it incredibly difficult to sing. In Rodgers and Hammerstein's The Sound of Music, Maria, who is training to be a nun, falls in love with Captain Von Trapp, the father of the children she serves as a governess for. Afraid of her feelings, she seeks advice from the Mother Abbess.
Follow every rainbow till you find your dream.
The Mother Abbess sings Climb Every Mountain, a first act closer filled with numerous successive, high sustained notes that can't be easy to sing beautifully. So it makes sense that the song is usually sung by a classically trained soprano. It's an inspiration to Maria, but also immensely impressive. Number 19, She Used to Be Mine, Waitress.
It's not simple to say that most days I don't recognize me.
This one is full of high highs and low lows. Talk about the importance of range. In the Waitress musical based on the 2007 film of the same name, the main character Jenna sings this song as a meditation on the ways her life has gone wrong and how she's lost herself in the process. Not only is that a lot of emotional range to cover, but also the actual vocal range of this song is no easy feat. Sarah Bareilles, who wrote the music and lyrics for the show, sings a version of this song herself, with a vocal range stretching from F3 to D5.
Till it finally reminds her.
Take that already difficult span and add in the emotional weight of performing on Broadway, and you've got yourself a difficult song to perform.
She is gone, but she used to be mine.
Number 18, Made of Stone, The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
What do you know of all the things I feel? You're only made of stone.
Everyone knows it can be hard to hit the high notes, but have you ever tried it while maintaining the physicality demanded to convincingly portray the bell ringer? Probably not. Quasimodo, the titular Hunchback of Notre Dame, sings this killer song that contemplates the impending fate of his lost love Esmeralda. The song requires the actor to be completely raw in their emotions, which is something that actors should expect and be able to do.
Take all the dreams you've sown. Take all your lies and leave me alone.
However, sometimes the actor playing Quasimodo also has to affect a certain hunched physicality that makes it all the harder to really nail those high notes, especially in the last chorus.
As if I were made of stone.
Number 17, Rainbow High, Avita.
There again, I've more to do than simply get the message through. I haven't started. Let's get this show on the road.
It takes some serious lungs to pull this one off. In Andrew Lloyd Webber's musical Avita, Eva Perón sings this incredible song as she prepares to tour Europe. It may not be quite as memorable as the show's other signature tunes, such as Don't Cry for Me Argentina or A New Argentina, but it is the most difficult in the show, and it takes a truly great singer to push it over the edge.
I came from people, they need to adore me. So Christian Dior me, from my head to my toes. I need to be dazzling, I want to be rainbow high.
The range of the number is fairly large. The lead has to sing strange intervals, and the style changes throughout. Add in those key changes and you've got yourself one heck of a song, especially when it's sung by one of the greats, Patti LuPone.
Just a little touch of Argentina's brand of quality.
Number 16, Confrontation, Jekyll and Hyde.
It's over now, I know inside. No one will ever know the sorry tale of Edward Hyde.
It can be hard enough to pull off a really difficult solo. It can be even harder to pull off a really good duet with another person. But have you ever tried to sing a duet with yourself? Well, as you can probably imagine, it's no easy feat.
After tonight I shall end this demon's dream. This is not a dream, my friend, and it will never end.
After Dr. Jekyll's evil alter ego Mr. Hyde kills his love Lucy, Jekyll decides to confront Hyde about it. So he confronts himself and sings a duet with himself. We'll forgive you if you're confused because it takes a really talented actor to pull off this musical number. The actor is required to switch on a dime, changing their voice, physicality, motives, and everything else. And the actual singing ability required? Pretty hard too.
God damn you, Hyde! Take all your evil deeds and rot in hell! I'll see you there, Jekyll!
Number 15, Rose's Turn, Gypsy.
Here she is, boys! Here she is, world! Here's a rose!
Stephen Sondheim does nothing if not give his actors incredible material to work with. And this stellar 11 o'clock number from Gypsy is no exception. Rose sings the song towards the end of Act 2, when she finally admits she's been pushing her daughters towards fame to live vicariously through them.
Scrapbooks full of me in the background. Give on love and what does it get you?
It's not as melodic as other songs in Gypsy, but what pushes Rose's turn over the edge isn't necessarily the musical quality, but the emotional work that needs to go into the performance.
Oh, someone tell me, when is it my turn? Don't I get a dream for myself? Starting now is gonna be my turn. Gangway world, get off of my runways.
The audience has been wondering about the motivations of this character for the whole show, and here she finally admits what they are. When done right, it can be terrifying, filled with ambition, sadness, anger, all of it. Number 14, Pity the Child, Chess.
When I was 9, I learned survival, taught myself not to care.
When you think of Broadway, you think of big, brassy show tunes. Well, Chess definitely isn't the quintessential Broadway musical, with music written by ABBA's Björn Ulvaeus and Benny Andersson, and lyrics by Ulvaeus and Tim Rice, but that almost makes it harder to pull off. The song starts off slow, just a man singing over a piano, reminiscing about his horrible childhood and how it affected his life. But then, the drums hit, and the song becomes more of a powerful rock anthem, where the notes get higher and higher as the song goes on.
Pity the child with no such weapons, no defense, no escape from the ties that bind.
It requires a heavy amount of power and range, as well as the ability to pull off the arena rock sound that gives the song its edge.
She said,
Number 13, So Much Better, Legally Blonde.
All of this time I planned I'd be patient and you would love me again.
If you love Broadway, then you love a good belt. And especially a good belty sustained note at the end of a big number.
What, like it's hard?
At the end of Act 1 in the musical version of Legally Blonde, Elle Woods finds out she landed an internship with Professor Callahan, even though no one expected her to. She breaks out into this rousing song, which includes a heck of a lot of movement, dancing, and running around the stage. This is a far cry from the only number in the show that requires an incredibly in-shape performer. Whipped into shape is a physical feat in and of itself that we could only dream of attempting.
I want you whipped into shape when I say jump, say how high.
But that final, long, joyous note in So Much Better gets us every time. Number 12, Your Fault, Into the Woods.
But if this is my fault, I was given those beans, you persuaded me to trade away my cow for beans, and without those beans there'd have been no stock to get up to the Giants in the first place.
When have you ever known Sondheim to make things easy on his actors? Never, and especially not in Into the Woods. There are plenty of extremely difficult, wordy songs to sing. On the Steps of the Palace comes to mind.
But then how can you know who you are till you know what you want, which I don't, so then which do you pick?
But the pacing challenge that is Your Fault is without a doubt the toughest song in the show. The number is fast, and filled with so many words, even some of the best singers can't wrap their mouths around them.
Were they worthless beans? Were they oversold? Oh, tell us who persuaded you to steal that gold.
See, it's your fault.
No. So it's your fault.
No.
Yes, it is.
It's not.
It's true.
Wait a minute, but I only stole the gold to get my cow back from you.
Not only that, but it's also got multiple singers involved. So you've got a bunch of other people to worry about too. Did we mention it's fast? And wordy? It's just really hard. Props to anyone who can pull it off.
She had the race in the first place. You're responsible. You're the one to blame. It's your fault.
Number 11, I'm Here, The Color Purple.
Don't need you to love me.
If the end of Cynthia Erivo's Tony performance doesn't give you chills, then what will? I'm Here serves as the culmination of Celie's journey throughout the show, and it's an emotional powerhouse showcase for the actress lucky enough to play the part.
Got my hands doing good like they supposed to, showing my heart to the folks that I'm close to.
Vocally, the song is all over the place, requiring the actress to use her belt and her mix at varying intervals, before exploding into that final section that, if done correctly, leaves the audience weeping. But in addition to its vocal challenges, it's all about learning to love yourself first and foremost. It's part of an actor's job to bring all that emotion to the forefront, but when you're able to do that while executing those notes perfectly, that's truly something. Number 10. I am the very model of a modern Major General, The Pirates of Penzance.
I am the very model of a modern Major General, live information, vegetable, animal, and mineral. I know the kings of England, and I quote the fights historical from Marathon to Waterloo in order categorical.
Now widely known by theater kids everywhere as warm-up exercise, the tongue-twisting vocal challenges of Major General's song cannot be overstated. Probably the most famous of the patter songs written by the duo Gilbert and Sullivan, the song is sung by Major General Stanley as he introduces himself to the other characters and the audience.
I can tell undoubted Raphaels from Gerardoson's Ophanes. I know the croaky chorus from the frogs of Aristophanes, and I can hum a fugue of which I've heard the music's dinner for. Dinner for.
It's an extremely comedic, satirical song, which can get lost in the mix if you don't sing and perform the lyrics perfectly. And with so many words to get through and so much alliteration in the mix, it's a challenge for any actor worth their salt.
For my military knowledge, the right plucky end of century has only been brought down to the beginning of the century, but still a matter of vegetable, animal, and mineral. I'm the very model of the body being a general!
Number 9. Memory Reprise, Cats.
Midnight, not a sound from the pavement, as the moon lost her memory.
We're going to focus on another Andrew Lloyd Webber original, but don't worry, it won't be the last. Memory is without a doubt the most famous song from Cats, maybe the most famous song from a musical period, but also one of the hardest songs to sing in the show. Upon first listen, Memory may sound a bit repetitive, but that's exactly what makes it so difficult. Those high, slow, repetitive belty notes can be difficult to sustain. To convey the emotional intensity of the song through those repetitive melodies, the actor has to stay on top of their game. Plus, if an actor can make us care about a disgraced cat, we think they're doing a good job.
Look, a new day has begun.
Number 8. Guns and Ships, Hamilton.
Everyone give it up for America's favorite fighting Frenchman! Yeah. Taking this horse by the veins, making red coats, but every blood stains. And I'm never gonna stop until I make them jump on them up, it's gotta remain down.
Hamilton, an American musical, is chock full of incredibly tough and rewarding songs for actors. You've got Angelica's amazing showcase in Satisfied, and of course the show-stopping The Room Where It Happens. But for this entry, nothing gets us more hyped than Guns and Ships.
For more fun, Come back with more guns and ships, and so that ballad shifts.
The running gag for Lafayette at the beginning of the show is that he hasn't quite mastered the English language yet. So by the time Guns and Ships rolls around, and Lafayette busts out in one of the fastest verses we've ever heard, the audience is rightly amazed at his mastery of words and rhythm. We hope all of the amazing Lafayettes out there have rapping with a French accent right at the top of their resume.
Who wants to fight for your land back? I need my right-hand man back. Yes, get your right-hand man back. You know you gotta get your right-hand man back. I mean, you gotta put the button to the letter, but the sooner the better to get your right-hand man back.
Number 7. Bring Him Home, Les Miserables.
God on high, hear my prayer.
Folks, songs can be deceiving. They might sound slow and repetitive, but those very things can make it incredibly difficult to perform well. So is the case with Bring Him Home, a gorgeous song from the 1980s musical Les Miserables. This may not be the most high-energy song in the show, but when the right actor performs it, boy, does it leave an impact. The song has a steady, measured melody that builds and builds both vocally and emotionally. It gets pretty high for the male voice, and requires a ton of control. Props to every Valjean who has nailed it live. Number 6, And I Am Telling You I'm Not Going, Dreamgirls.
And I am telling you I'm not going.
There are some songs that are so difficult, they're really only meant to be sung by a handful of people, and this is one of them. When Jennifer Holliday originated the role of Effie in Dreamgirls on Broadway, she did so to thunderous acclaim. And her most memorable moment from the show came in the form of its first act closer.
I'm not waking up tomorrow morning, and finding that there's nobody there.
And I Am Telling You is written as a plea to Effie's lover Curtis, asking him not to leave her. But the way Holliday sings it, it's more of a demand. She sings with such power and force, almost every single performance that's come since, of course, barring the great Jennifer Hudson, feels subpar.
You're gonna love
Number 5, Gethsemane, I Only Want to Say, Jesus Christ Superstar.
I only want to say, if there is a way.
Jesus Christ, please save us from all the terrible renditions of this song. For real, if you're going to attempt this, you better be a tenor worth your salt. This powerful song comes at about the middle of Act 2 of Jesus Christ Superstar, as Jesus becomes more and more doubtful of the task he must complete, namely, dying.
have to know my love. Have to know my love. Should I die?
On a pure acting level, it takes a lot of acting chops to humanize the literal Lord Jesus, which this song requires the actor to do. But more than that, the notes the actor has to hit are absolutely ridiculous. Seriously, it's akin to an act of God in and of itself that anyone can hit those babies.
Before I change my
Number 4, Defying Gravity, Wicked.
Something has changed within me. something is not the same.
Defying gravity? Try defying expectations with how incredibly difficult this song is. When Elphaba and Glinda go to meet the wizard, they find out he's not as nice as they initially believed him to be. Defying gravity serves as the moment Elphaba decides to renounce the wizard and all his cronies, and it's an incredibly tough act to land.
So if you can find me, look to the western sky. As someone told me lately, everyone deserves a chance to fly.
Elphaba has plenty of big belty moments in the show. No good deed is definitely a doozy. But what's really astounding about this performance are the physical demands behind the song. As originally staged, the actress playing Elphaba has to sing all those ridiculously high notes while literally suspended in midair. Talk about flying high. Number 3. Getting Married Today. Company.
Pardon me, is everybody here? Because if everybody's here, I want to thank you all for coming to the wedding. I'd appreciate you going even more. I mean, you must have lots of better things to do, and not a word of it to Paul. Remember, Paul, you know the man I'm going to marry, but I'm not because I wouldn't ruin anyone as wonderful as he is. Thank you all for the gifts and the flowers.
Sondheim is nothing if not known for his words. A 1970s Company has a plethora of tough, wordy songs.
There's no time to take a breath.
There is no time.
We almost went with Another 100 People.
Another 100 people just got off of the train and came up through the ground, while another 100 people just got off of the bus and are looking around at.
But Getting Married Today takes the cake. Amy sings this song as an anthem to cold feet everywhere in the moments before her wedding. Through the song, Amy completely self-destructs, becoming more and more anxious and singing more and more quickly until she comes to an end.
I'm not well, so I'm not getting married. You've been swell, but I'm not getting married. Thank you, oh, but I'm not getting married. Clear the hall, because I'm not getting married. And don't tell Paul, but I'm not getting married today.
Not only is the song extremely fast-paced and wordy, but it's a tough comedic line to walk. The audience has to be able to laugh at Amy while simultaneously feeling bad for her as they watch her fall apart on stage. But when it's done right, it's hilarious. And impressive to boot.
I'm not getting married. Still, I'm not getting married.
With this ring,
But I'm not getting married.
I thee wed.
I'm not getting married. Let us pray, but I'm not getting married today.
Number 2. The Phantom of the Opera. The Phantom of the Opera.
When sleep he sang to me, in dreams he came.
Sing, my angel of music, sing for me, and make it as high as humanly possible. This one is a doozy, folks. The titular song in Andrew Lloyd Webber's The Phantom of the Opera comes when Christine first follows the Phantom down into his lair. And the end of the song is absolutely killer. The Phantom begins to magically draw notes out of Christine, each one higher than the last. By the time she finally gets to the end of the tune, she lets out an E6, the highest note in the song and in the show. The Phantom gets his own moment to shine later with the very difficult The Music of the Night.
Let your soul take you where you long to be.
But in E6? There's nothing more impressive than that. Poor Christine.
Sing, my angel of music, sing for me!
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Glitter and Be Gay, Candide.
Glitter and be gay.
Dangle a shiny object in front of a soprano and you can bet they'll try to sing it.
My song, you go.
But to sound good on Glitter and Be Gay, you've got to have some serious chops.
Here I drew my wings.
First of all, the comedic chops needed to really sell this performance are no joke. It's an extremely physical song, which can be a challenge when you're consistently hitting high E flats, 3 to be exact. In addition to those ridiculous notes, there are so many long, languid passages that require extreme fluidity and control. If you've got the guts to even attempt this one, well, we salute you. Glitter and Be Gay, my friend. What show tune do you think is the most complicated to perform? Tell us in the comments.
There are worse things than staring at the water as you're posing for a picture being painted by your lover in the middle of the summer on an island in the river on a Sunday.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.